Okay, fixed. Yeah, so I'm good at this. I wasn't even looking at my screen either, which is the worst part, so I didn't see that you guys weren't hearing any sound on that entire long rant. Um, you should be able to hear me now. Okay, yeah. I had my mic muted. So, which actually doesn't preserve chat history at all, as I've noticed, because if I switch from the regular Twitch view to the creator view, I lose all of my chat history. It sucks. Um, so, but anyway, yeah, I was basically just complaining about how I had a busy but fine day and fell into a bit of a YouTube hole and almost fell asleep because I was watching videos on YouTube about nail polish. Um, I was like, oh, I should have done drag for June for Pride Month, and then I didn't, and yeah. Anyway, also, bear with me as I apparently need to figure out more about my overlay, and this is all still temporary because I desperately want to get better overlay. Anyway, yeah, DigiShell, I think we are broadcasting sound now for sure. I had my mic muted beforehand. Oh, I know there'll be other opportunities. Oh, I know. It's not me being worried about me missing out. More just like uh me just more like feeling my moment of well, this sucks, right? You know. Oh, fun lackers in Singapore? Ah, shit. Ugh. Hmm. I don't know that I'm gonna order from them then. Places in New York, I think. So a whole oh, Epic Store wants my money or not my money because it wants me to. Oh God, no! Yeah, I could take a reset on the week. Maybe not put myself so heavy at the beginning of the day at the week. I feel like I front loaded my week a lot, and then yeah, basically, um, front loaded my week a bunch, and then had nothing to do like yesterday. It felt like except for a little bit. Then today was really busy for like the first half, and then I was falling asleep after like clock. Um, why today? Oh, so I still have the sound on. No, I don't. I'm going to sneeze or not. Yeah, no. I can say it wasn't my family being stupid and awful. I feel for you there. I am sorry. That kind of sucked a lot. Okay. All right. Well, let's get started. I think we're all. This is a slightly easier game to run for this computer for some reason. Not as a problem. 1 year is a big difference. Oh my god, that dog needs to shut up. A dog that's like right downstairs. I don't think it was that dog, but we have a dog that's like right very very loud. Um it's you probably can't hear it. The mic is probably not picking it up, but I can hear it even with my headphones on. Frustrating. But yeah, there's a dog that's downstairs, and I want to say like every Wednesday, I think it is, either Tuesday or Wednesday at like about 8:30 a.m. The dog starts barking. No idea why. It's only 1 day a week, and it's like clockwork every time. I'm like, what is happening that is setting this dog off? Because I want them to stop. Whoever is doing this, they need to stop because I am sleeping. I am not awake yet. Please stop. Anyway, all right, so let's see how we can get this going. Please let me know if anything is loud, too wrong. Um, like I said, things should work a little better with this game than and then there were none. It is just ever so slightly more compatible, it seems. Maybe it's odd because it's very much the same game engine. Um, it's yeah, I need to turn my DPI way down. Okay. It's very much the same game engine, but it's um a higher resolution. The models are better, and for some reason, yeah, the game itself is just not a problem for my computer to handle, which is great. Like I can alt tab out of this and it will still run and it will be okay. My computer will have a little freak out, but not a big freak out, which is great. So how's the level sounding? You can hear me fine. You can hear the game still. Um, Hopefully it's not too loud or anything. I had to turn it down a little bit on my end, but that was about it. Just keep me appraised and we can change on the fly if there's anything that needs to be doing. Ha! Oh, you can barely hear the game. Oh, that's a different issue. Why does it only have music and effects? That's odd. Okay. So now you should be able to hear like the hissing of the train. Now I may have to do some more fiddling with Ode. There it is. Okay. Game better? You can hear better? Better, I hope. Well, I can't help you with the purple line. That's gonna do what it's gonna do. Go. I'm just loath to start until I've got some better idea of the levels is all. Because uh yeah, I don't know. It's probably gonna hit me with a pretty long cutscene, and I don't know what stopping in the middle of that cutscene will be like. So cross our fingers, here we go. Wait, does it have subtitles on? Yes. Okay, here we go. Let's go. Yeah. Big long cutscene. Is this still too quiet for you guys? Oh jeez. Ooh. Oh, hold on. It might be a problem that there's no sound. Oh, I love it. Okay. Thought I fixed it. Yeah. It's while it is a better game, it is not a perfect game. So hold on a minute. Yeah, no, it's no sound from the game. Yeah. Come on. Oh, I just want these games to work properly and just work. Need the micro. This is gonna be weird, but I'm gonna try playing a little bit of Spotify. I almost watched the new movie today, just for kicks and giggles, but I watched the Mysterious Affair at Styles. And, um, I think I even have it. I know there are playlists out there that are like Twitch safe. Here we go. Okay. not picking up any of this at all. Why? Why is it not?
Wrath weakens me currently, but I've gotta go.
That works. It doesn't like the default. It really doesn't like it. Okay. Yeah. Technology. All right, here we go.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Glad I picked
2,
up where we left off.
1. Last chance.
I have no idea why that.
Okay. Perforate it, boys.
I love how every stream of mine is like a fight with technology. He said perforate it, boys. Yep. I don't know that that's actually how this works. Yeah, I'll turn it down as soon as I can. But I have to wait till I've got control of the character, I think. I don't want to hit escape and skip the cutscene by accident. Gotta have all the context.
Monsieur Hercule Poirot is a personal friend of mine. He has done a great service of the most secret and international importance to the government of Turkey. Now, he is suddenly summoned by the Prime Minister himself to return to Great Britain at once. I dined with him only last evening and promised him that I, Marcel Bourg, director of the train company, assures his friend's passage aboard this evening's train. Take my friend Poirot in charge, Mademoiselle Marceau. Secure a compartment of the highest comfort and see to his every wish. This office is depending upon you. Succeed, and I will consider the application for promotion you place on my desk week after week. Fail, and satisfy yourself with the position of clerk for the few short days you will remain in my employ.
Monsieur Poirot?
Bitch. That guy's an asshole.
All right, Antoinette. Here at last is the chance you've been waiting for. Your fate is in your own hands.
Internal monologue goes external. Why? All right, here we go.
Monsieur Poirot?
Okay, let's turn these down a little. Hopefully that'll be a little easier. Please let me know, of course. If she walks normally, she's fine.
This fool tries to sell me a cleaver with no style or grace. Tell him which is
Murder
the
in
better
the Orient
cleaver
Express,
for the
the
hacking of meat.
musical. Oh, I would not be.
The cleaver in your left hand.
Ah, here at least is one who knows fine forged German steel when she sees it.
Okay. I just picked one. Just lean forward a little bit. Seriously? Well, they've got the David Suchet little walk thing down perfectly.
Monsieur Poirot?
Now see here, Foscarelli, I've done my fair share of traveling. I'll tell you, Kataya tiles are the finest made in Turkey.
And I tell you, it is the enamel tiles from Iznik. These are the oldest and the most beautiful of the Ottoman Empire.
Well, they are quite impressive, to be sure, but the Kataya tiles are more beautiful. I'm sure there are examples sold here in this bazaar that would prove my point.
Gentlemen, please, may I get by?
What have we here?
Young lady, settle the dispute. You know the famous enameled ceramics?
Yes, of course, I live in Istanbul, but...
We have to wait here for our porter. Find us an example of a Kataya tile.
And an Iznik.
Just borrow them for a second. No need to buy any.
I don't have time for this.
Then permit us to continue the debate without you.
You may absolutely continue the debate without me. Just not right fucking
Boxes
there.
of tea from Turkey and Ceylon, herbal teas and thick, dark Turkish coffee. Barrels of olive oil, molasses, and fruit preserves. What is that goat eating?
Is the goat eating brambles covered in apple cider? That's apparently all that goes.
I need to remember to return this. Furniture and household goods, all handmade with outstanding Turkish craftsmanship.
Taking it.
Something belongs here.
Oh, we can finally skip dialogue a little bit. That's
Fine hand-woven carpet.
great. Marvelous. Oh, I love being able to.
Barrels of
Where do we find the?
fine hand. I'm sure he won't mind if I just borrow this for a moment. That isn't quite...
Literally just taking things. That's. You're American? Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Ah, she returns. Perhaps now we can settle this.
Did you bring us a kataya?
Or an Iznik?
Here is an Iznik tile. It is the most beautiful beyond any doubt.
Did I not say this? Thank you, young woman. Now we can turn our attention to more important things, like those fountains we were discussing earlier.
More important, sure thing. Not in my way. Wait, where's the...
Something belongs...
Wait, what happened to the one that I... Somebody's better pay for that. Like,
There, no harm done.
where's the fucking tile? Straight up stole it?
I'd
Like,
best not...
alright, well.
Let me pass.
Her Excellency has lost her parasol. We are searching for it to protect her from the sun, you see.
You're off. Okay.
I beg your pardon, but I am in a great hurry.
Then you are an ignorant girl indeed. Go about your business.
I expect she can buy another somewhere nearby.
A parasol fit for a princess? Here, I think not.
I appeal to you, Princess. Please, let me pass.
Have you by chance seen my parasol? I've lost it. I can't think where I left it.
I
They are
haven't
much
seen it.
improved,
I'm
yes.
sorry.
If you could help us look for it. I am not as mobile as I was at your age, and Schmidt would rather fast than make an adequate search. I would be very grateful.
It's fussing. So,
What is that goat eating?
goat needs to not be eating.
That doesn't make sense.
What?
I won't do that.
Why? Okay.
Boxes of tea. Boxes of... I have nothing more. I have more... Buckets of dried fig.
You think that if we're trying to get the
Barrels of...
goat to move, that is indeed what we are trying to do here. Thought it was just a parasol.
This is neither the...
Parasols. Am I stealing? Rain. Okay. That's okay. No worries. Alright, take your fucking parasol. Why I can't just
Could
walk
this be
around
the
it?
parasol?
But yes, Dankeschön, Fräulein. If your excellency pleases, we should board the train.
I still must buy a bracelet for my arthritis, Schmidt. There is ample time yet for the train. Let this helpful young woman pass.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh boy, there's another one.
Oh, please, European miss. I have the train to Calais to catch, but I am so turned about in here. The heat, the foreign peoples. I pray for a guide, but it is frivolous and weak, and I know, and God rightly does not grant these prayers.
Just...
I'm taking the train myself, but I'm in a hurry. Please, try and keep up.
Oh, thank you. You are my guide that God sends to me. Yes, take me to the train, please. I must not be missing the train that leaves Istanbul on this day.
That is in fact the train that I am going
I
on.
am Greta Olsen,
don't need to hear this
matron
right
to
now.
a small missionary school near the port of Gemlik.
This is a very
I
contrived way of
nurse
introducing all
and
characters,
instruct
yes.
the children who have lost their way.
Action.
Hector, make sure the
She's
statue
literally
is
just-
safely on board before departure.
Yes, Mr. Ratchet.
Who do they sell this pottery to?
Tourists, I expect.
Huh. Well, at least the dust looks authentic.
Excuse us, please.
Well, hello.
Please do not be stopping us. The train will be leaving without me.
French, right? Are you traveling with us this evening?
Yes, will you pardon us?
What's the rush? We have plenty of time. Fellow passengers and all. Plenty of time to get acquainted.
Yeah, it's really easy to remember the actors rather than anything else. And yeah, this guy is a total fucking creep.
I am an official of the train line with official business to see to.
Sounds very official. I like it when your eyes get all stormy like that.
Oh, please don't.
Mr. Ratchet.
Did you hear a squeak?
If you don't let us pass immediately, I will see that you never travel on this line again.
Not that I think you could make that stick, but I'm willing to continue our chat later.
Oh, got him out of the way. Now we get to watch. Now we get to watch her float again. Oh no, she doesn't float unless you're running, I guess.
Marble floors, barely worn by the feet of thousands of passengers.
Okay, yeah. If you double click, it doesn't make you run anymore. It just it fades to black. I know it's taking forever for them to even catch up to Poirot at this point.
Murray.
Yeah, he is wicked creepy. And
Not now. Not now.
also not necessarily.
When it's all
bad.
over, when it's behind us, then...
Well, what are you waiting for? Don't let us stand in your way.
You weren't.
Tickets, please. No one may board the train without a ticket.
I must be making an inventory of my possessions. everything. It gets lost.
I have nothing more to say to him. I don't think she's in the...
Okay, we don't have to go look for a drink. Marvelous.
But I must travel this evening to London. It is of the most importance. My friend, Monsieur Bou, director of the line, assured me of a room aboard the Calais coach.
I am sorry, monsieur. It is incredible. It is off-season, yet the world elects to travel tonight. Not a single room remains.
Pardon me, messieurs. I'm Antoinette Marceau from the Istanbul office.
Are you quite well, Mademoiselle Marceau? You are flushed and winded.
Well,
I'm fine, really. It was something of a chore to catch up to the train.
But the train, it does not move.
Mademoiselle, please tell the gentleman the Calais coach is full.
Yep, finally the train.
What is your name?
Pierre Michel, mademoiselle.
I've seen your name on reports. Your record with the company is excellent.
And Poirot
Thank you,
himself,
mademoiselle
indeed.
Marceau. I always strive to do my very best for my passengers.
Then strive now, Michel.
Perhaps monsieur could sit up in the salon car for the beginning of this journey?
Please give Monsieur Poirot room 16.
It is taken, mademoiselle.
But number 16 is always kept in reserve for such emergencies.
Nevertheless, tonight it is occupied by an American gentleman, a Monsieur Hardman.
He does not sound like someone to be trifled with.
We must find a room for Monsieur Poirot.
Mademoiselle, if I could construct an additional compartment, I would.
Let me see your passenger manifest, please.
I have an extra plan of the Calais coach with all the passengers listed. Take it by all means. As you can see, every room is filled.
There are extra beds.
Only two. In Mr. McQueen's room, but he has paid for a single. And Miss Olsen's room, but I hardly think Monsieur Poirot.
No, merci. I would not think of it.
Of course.
That will be enough, Pierre.
Okay.
Monsieur Poirot, I place myself entirely at your service.
You know Poirot?
Who would not recognize the most famous detective in the world?
You are very kind, mademoiselle.
I have a passion for crime.
You enjoy the study of it, I hope, not the committing.
Oh, the study, the gathering of clues, the questioning of suspects.
Merely what the Americans call the footwork.
Legwork, I believe, monsieur.
As you say, I prefer the detection that occurs here. The little graces.
My scrapbook contains many accounts of your cases. That mysterious affair at Styles, the death of Roger Ackroyd, the noted businessman, Lord Edgware's murder. But oh, forgive me, I'm rambling.
Okay.
Give Monsieur Poirot my room. I will be quite comfortable in the salon car.
Mademoiselle, Poirot, he will not hear of such a thing.
I insist. I will not compromise the hospitality of the train.
Oh, if I must turn you out, why then you will stay in the room of Miss Olsen. I am sure she will not mind when she learns of your sacrifice.
Very much looking forward.
No, really, it isn't necessary.
No. Poirot has spoken. The matter, it is settled.
It's 2006.
I will speak to the lady at once.
So it's not the best, but it's definitely better than it was in the last game. And in the cutscenes, they're no longer doing the, like, chewing motions of small things. Oh, we can travel by train. I've done little trips. When I was in undergrad, I was right on one of the Amtrak routes that actually cheap and not terrible to take. But not like the train cars are that great anymore. And however, to take the Orient Express.
Loin of this, leg of that. I am not eating the flesh of the animals.
In America, if it has fur, we either eat it or wear it. As my daughter always says, there's a lot America could teach people in other countries, if they'd only wake up and listen. She says one day you'll be able to go into a restaurant in Istanbul and order a hamburger. What do you think of that?
Why would you want to do such a thing?
Why would you?
Why? Everybody wants a taste of home.
I expect the Turks would agree with you.
Exactly. That's what my daughter says. It's only a matter of time and Turks will love hamburgers.
You will be sufficiently amiable to place in my compartment a bottle of mineral water before I retire this evening.
Certainly, Your Excellency.
For dinner, I shall have chicken cooked without sauces. Also, some boiled fish.
I am very sorry, Your Excellency. There is no chicken or fish on the menu.
Oh. Is he chef for this journey? The German?
Oui, Your Highness. The cooking of Monsieur Klaus is admired all over Europe. It is a good that the train has secured his services.
No doubt. Very well, I will have lamb. Again, without sauces.
You've got to put it over big, whatever you're selling.
Sure, that is what I say all the time. With motor cars, it is no half measures.
This steak is excellent.
The pork is also very nice.
Say, we haven't been introduced.
That is very true. We haven't.
You are not eating.
I haven't much appetite this evening.
How could I be so lucky to have found you?
You found me? Only after I'd chased you across 3 continents.
The statues in the baggage car?
Yes, I saw them loading the crate myself. They were very careful.
Huh, they better be. If it's damaged, I might enjoy owning a railroad. Who knows?
You travel often by train in your profession, mademoiselle?
Yes, I do.
You are a person most fortunate.
I'd rather fly.
Ah, mais non. Not for me are the aeroplanes, with their sudden changes of altitude and the capricious tossing about of the passengers by the weather très mauvais.
The actual Orient Express is
in business, speed is often more important than comfort.
Absolutely right.
No, it is more than the comfort. The trains, they lend themselves to the romance and the intrigue. All about us are people of all classes, of all nationalities, of all ages. They sleep and eat under one roof. They cannot get away from one another. And at the end of the 3 days, they part. They go their several ways, never perhaps to see each other again. For a few moments only, the skilled detective has the chance to study his fellow travelers, to watch their little stories unfold beneath the microscope of the trained eye.
Okay.
Tell me what you see.
You as well, mademoiselle.
The cheapest
we will make the
that you
little
can
game of
take,
it, n'est-ce pas?
The Venice Simplon Orient Express is £2,573
One must
for a
look.
one-night
One must listen
passage
at all times.
London to Venice.
If you were to listen at the door of any compartment, who knows what you may learn?
That would not be very proper, Monsieur Poirot.
Proper? The student of crime must also be the student of human nature. Oh, what better way to make the study, huh? I will illustrate. Mademoiselle Marceau, you are facing the entire car, whereas Poirot, he sits with his back to most and is only observed upon entry. Start with the table farthest away, the 3 ladies. Tell me about them.
No, I can't right now? Alright.
One is a Swedish missionary from a school near Gemlik on the Bosporus. She is also very uncomfortable in unfamiliar surroundings and gets lost easily.
That is truly wonderful. How did you arrive at this?
I helped her find the train inside the train station.
Well, it is an important lesson.
Definitely 5-star hotel.
When you know the facts,
and that's
why
not
bother
even
with
for
the
a suite.
clues?
That's for like a tiny little room.
The younger woman is British from her accent. She seems very capable and down to earth. If we'd been at school together, I believe we would have been friends.
Wait, she has a strong
What do you
character, that
mean?
one. Perhaps the strongest among us.
Welcome,
But she
CJ.
is a
Welcome.
mystery nonetheless.
Why do you say that?
You observed her embrace of the most passionate kind with a proper English gentleman this afternoon?
Yes, I did. Very un-English of both of them.
As you say. And yet now she sits at another table, indifferent to him and his glances.
Lovers quarrel?
What can have happened in so short a time for the lovebirds to fly from the light into the darkness?
The older woman with the loud voice is American.
Wow, that's
even with the length of the car between
right
us,
in there.
one can tell that.
Well, it is true what you say. And yet, she seems to be a woman quite amiable and without malice. A good beginning. And what is there to say about the tanned British gentleman?
Military, I would say, from the way he carries himself.
Very good.
He has spent much time in the tropics.
Wait, some far-flung corner of the British Empire. India, perhaps.
He's not as proper as he looks.
Or he is so in love, it breaks down all the inhibitions.
Yeah,
They are married,
not completely wrong.
but not to one another.
What did she say to him? Huh? Not now. Not now. When it is behind us, then.
They are waiting for the divorce to be final.
Perhaps. Tanned, military, or posting in Egypt, perhaps, or India. And now the grand lady who sits alone.
I'd say royalty, a princess. Russian, probably.
Oh, no. You will not play the same trick on Poirot twice. Alors, she too you have met?
I did a small service for her earlier today.
She has the very grim exterior, that one, but there is something about her, huh? A twinkle in the eye, perhaps? No, I think she is not quite so much the dragon as she appears. Alors, and across from her sits...
Hildegard Schmidt. Yes, I met her too. Quite unpleasant for a lady's maid. They're usually such mild creatures.
Vraiment. She also has sent a plate back to the chef twice for adjustments. Very particular about the cuisine. It would be nice if the menu was more varied. We march. This large table nearest the kitchen now, with the three gentlemen. What can you see?
The Italian sells motor cars. He's very enthusiastic about cars in general.
Wait, a salesman to his very soul, I would say.
The American appears to be a commercial traveler of some sort.
Wait, he carried the sample case when he boarded the train. Yet, I wonder. The case, it was quite small. Yet he seems very fit, does he not? The suit of such questionable taste, he can barely contain the muscles.
Can't a commercial traveler be athletic?
C'est possible.
The Englishman is very quiet.
He certainly does not share the enthusiasm for conversation of his companions. A superior sort, with a disapproving expression. That suggests nothing to you?
I'm afraid not.
A gentleman's gentleman, as the British would say.
A valet. Yes, I can see him pressing trousers and shining shoes.
And now, as discreetly as possible, observe the young couple directly behind me.
Her dress is exquisite, very expensive. And the jewels. Ah, she's lovely. The kind of woman a man would marry and lavish gifts upon.
It is very romantic, is it not? And yet I detect the melancholy in your voice, mademoiselle.
I'm sorry. I expect it's jealousy. I grew up in Jucar, a small town near Avignon. My parents wanted me to stay in Jucar and marry well, but I rebelled.
Ah.
Have you never rebelled, Monsieur Poirot?
These days, not so much, I fear. Rebellion, it is for the young.
I went to England too, to university, then out here to Istanbul. I wanted to get as far away from Jucar as I could. I wanted mystery, adventure, romance. I became a clerk. No mystery, no adventure, and certainly no time for romance.
Poirot is not so much the expert on romance. Yet mystery and adventure may be closer than you think.
He's actually doing a great job.
Very handsome, aristocratic. He dresses as an Englishman, but his accent is Hungarian, I think.
Oui, a diplomat, I believe, fiercely in love.
Fiercely?
The man who makes the unwanted advances to his young wife would suffer for it. And now, to the last table, where the older gentleman has been glancing this way throughout dinner.
The older man's name is Ratchet, an American. Very coarse and brutish, despite the fine clothes and table manners. He forced his attentions on me in the bazaar today. I think he's been trying to renew the attempt all through dinner. He keeps looking this way.
Most would see the smiling round face with the pink cheeks and the brilliantly white teeth that are false and say, there sits a benevolent personality indeed.
There is no smile in his eyes.
No, there is a dark fever in them. Not a benevolent man, not a nice man at all. And forgive me, mademoiselle, but I do not think that he has been watching you. Poirot is the unfortunate victim of his interest this evening.
The younger American man is named Hector something. I like him. He seems very open and pleasant. He's Mr. Ratchet's secretary, I believe, but I don't think he's very happy in the position.
Perhaps an acquaintance worth cultivating for an attractive young lady traveling alone?
Monsieur Poirot, I would never be so forward.
Oh, but it is 1934, mademoiselle. Young ladies are forward. Even those from Juka.
He's attracted to Poirot.
Hector, I'm not having dessert.
I thought I might try the...
You go get started on those letters I dictated.
Roy?
But I...
We all saw
yes,
that, right?
sir. I think I have the pleasure of speaking to Monsieur Hercule Poirot.
Wow, butchered that.
You have been correctly informed, monsieur.
My name's Ratchet. In my country, we come to the point quickly. Mr. Poirot, I want you to take on a job for me. It means
Mr.
big money.
Poirot.
Big money. I'm a rich man. Rich men have enemies. I have an enemy.
Only one enemy?
Only one? Wow.
Just what do you mean by that?
Monsieur, in my experience, when a man is in a position to have, as you say, the enemies, then it does not usually resolve itself into one enemy alone.
I appreciate your point. Enemy or enemies, it doesn't matter. What matters is my safety. My life has been threatened, Monsieur Poirot. I'm used to taking pretty good care of myself.
Poirot.
I'm not the kind of man to be caught napping, but you'll be extra insurance.
Right.
I regret, monsieur.
Definitely an
I
American.
cannot oblige you.
Name your price.
I have been very fortunate in my profession, monsieur. I have made enough money to satisfy both my needs and my caprices. I take now only such cases as interest me.
What's wrong with my proposition?
If you will forgive me for being personal, I do not like your face, Monsieur Ratchet.
Zing! She been read to filth! The shade of it all. If I may be so personal, I do not like your face. It's just full.
Train company employee. I have checked the baggage car for the supplies I ordered to be delivered here in Belgrade. There is no bacon. I will not make a breakfast tomorrow without the bacon. My reputation is at stake. Find me my bacon or I leave the train here and you can cook all the meals yourself.
Train company employee? I suppose it wouldn't hurt to look around.
Alright, now we can finally change the levels
Belgrade.
on the game.
This will be a brief stop to take on supplies, mail, and to add the Athens-Paris coach. There will be few, if any, passengers in this weather.
I mean, Latrice has a great voice. Latrice is marvelous. I enjoyed it. I remember when RuPaul's Drag Race was good. It wasn't mired in all this craziness of fracking. Oh, the fracking thing? Oh no! Oh, I remember when it was good. So that's supposed to be a secret?
Quite interesting.
That wasn't very secret. Okay, so I can explain why we're not playing as Poirot and why we have such a character.
The train better get moving soon. The passes west of here fill with snow pretty fast.
Was so
back in '29, there was a train trapped up there for a week.
So Poirot wouldn't words are hard. You're not playing as Poirot because Poirot would not have canonically made mistakes. And if you're playing as Antoinette, you can make mistakes and Poirot will still be there. They solve this differently in the next game, where you do play as Poirot, but it's more like Poirot and Hastings are running a D&D session where Poirot is the DM and Hastings is playing as Poirot as a character. It's fucking hilarious. Great. I love that the game basically decided that you're gonna be complete nerds in the middle of the Blitz. So yeah, this is their way of making it so that it's not, you're not being an idiot, but also Poirot, who's supposed to be really smart. And also, to be fair, they did handle the switch relatively well, because she actually takes the place of Monsieur Bou, who, in the original novel, is traveling on the train as the representative of the train line, as the director. So they're it's not like they're adding anyone necessarily, they're just kind of changing it around. It is still kind of a little weird, though, for sure, because you're shoehorning a person who doesn't exist into an already existing story with dialogue that has no basis. So.
Colonel Arbuthnot, isn't it? And Mr.
Not
McQueen.
Quite.
That's
because,
right. Say,
Bou
you're the company
was
representative,
one at
aren't
the
you?
beginning who was saying,
I heard there was one on the train.
Do this job, or I'll fire you.
I don't suppose either one of you has seen a side of bacon lying about.
Can't say that I have.
Yes, well, I've all the fresh air I need, if you'll excuse me.
I'll be getting along then, too. Don't want to hold us up.
The fountain looks rather forlorn in this weather.
Okay.
The architecture of the station is unremarkable, to say the least.
Meh, boring. It could be better architecture. Welcome, welcome, Duel. Welcome, welcome. Another mysterious figure. No, that's okay. No worries about missing them. The VODs are all up on YouTube as well, so feel free to grab them if you...
The attendant I saw boarding the restaurant car came through this gate. I suppose that woman was
murdering my Orient Express in front of my salad?
This is our company representative from Istanbul?
Oh, here we go. There's
a woman?
Mademoiselle Marceau, this is Tayyip, our engineer.
Tayyip, you're fired.
Are you ready to go?
I have been ready. I am not the slow one here. It is the Serbs.
Okay. Can we reach Broad in this weather?
If any engine can get us through, it will be this 460.
I suppose I'll have to take responsibility if we go on.
Company representative? And a woman? No, this is my train, my decision. We go.
No. No. I run this show. You sit the fuck down, or you're fired, and I will run the train myself, bitch. Fucking yes. I mean, she definitely hasn't seen some train stations in the United States. You want to talk about some train stations in the United States? The train station that I would catch the Amtrak to go into Boston when I was in undergrad literally was just a platform. Like, there was actually a station, but it got turned into a kind of restaurant thing. Oh, yummy. Oh my god, they had good ice cream. Oh, it was good. They actually used cream from the dairy cows on campus. It was great. So, safe drive. Don't crash. We want to see you on the other side. Be safe.
What is the report from the station master?
It is not good, I'm afraid. Heavy snow is forecast for the mountains. The passes between Vancouver and Broad will fill up quickly.
How many passengers passengers joined us here in Belgrade?
Only one. A Greek doctor, I believe.
I think I saw the Athens-Paris coach attendant board the restaurant car just now.
Really? He should be back in the Athens-Paris coach.
Klaus is missing a side of bacon.
He told me. I showed him the manifest. It was not on the Athens-Paris car.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Au revoir, monsieur. The sigh. Alright, what do we got?
Serbian, I suppose. It would have to be Serbian. It is frustrating not to know what it says. If only I spoke Serbian. Serbian, I suppose.
Okay. So I gotta find someone who can speak Serbian?
Do you speak Serbian?
I am a Turk. Why would I speak Serbian?
Because
Can you read Serbian?
A little. The manifests from Belgrade are in Serbian.
Could you read some tags on the Prague luggage truck for me?
Yes, of course.
There we go. I like that he's got that man stance. Oh yeah, the icon is the icon. The icon is actually just her eye.
That appears to be a box of golf balls. That is, I believe, toilet paper, mademoiselle. From the looks of it, that crate contains more carrot juice than Prague will ever need. Slanina, we have found Klaus's bacon, mademoiselle Manson.
Will you take it to him so we can get underway?
At once.
Absolutely delicious chili yesterday.
I do not protest the addition of you in my room, miss. You have helped me, and I am glad of the company, and I am a Christian lady whose heart is filled with charity.
2006.
Fine, that's settled then.
But I have already been picking out the lower bunk for me, because I am afraid of the heights and the sudden stops of trains, and I would not like to return to the children broken.
The upper bunk will do fine for me. I'll look forward to the adventure.
And now, miss, excuse me, please. I will go to the WC, as you call it.
I was educated in England, but I'm French.
Oh? I was educated in Sweden, and I'm Swedish.
It's still okay.
You call it the toilet? Am I going to the toilet?
Mademoiselle Olsen, how you spend the next few minutes of your life is entirely your own private affair.
Yeah, it is.
Wow, she sounded so sad. Okay.
One must look, one must listen at all times. If you were to listen at the door of any compartment, who knows what you may learn?
I'm still not sure I agree in principle, but perhaps I'd best give it a go.
Alright. Let's fix this. Give me a second. Alright, now you should be able to hear me a little more clearly, comparatively. I can even double check it on my own laptop here to see what my levels sound like. A weird delay here, but yeah, no, okay, that sounds alright to me at least. Let me know if you. Oh, I didn't mean to pause my own stream. Let me know whether there's any more changes that need to be made. Absolutely, feel free to poke me and tell me I'm wrong. Oh, it's got the little earring and everything.
I can't hear through this wood. I'll need something to help me.
Well, that sounds like we need a cup. On car. Maps. Should be far right. Yeah. Again, standard rules. If it is not nailed down, it's getting picked up. I took so many glasses. Oh my god. That's what I love about these games, Starfishery.
I would
exactly.
expect nothing less than this exquisite work on the most luxurious train
like,
in the world.
Just getting to, I don't know, be involved in it, and you literally get to play out a book, a mystery, in its own way. I do have to say that I tend to like ones that are a little more puzzle-y. Though there were a bunch of games that are based on the Nancy Drew series that I started playing for this channel. And those are very puzzle-based, and there's a lot of deduction. That. Whereas these are a little more like there's a pretty clear path, and you're gonna get there regardless. Like, I don't know.
This door is
There's a certain amount that it probably won't. It won't be too hard. I guess to make it clearer as my point, like, this is a notebook that I've been keeping. This is one of the 2 notebooks that I've been keeping when I started streaming. And these are all Nancy Drew game notes that I had. I usually had somewhere between 2 and 3 pages for every game of notes. This is the page of notes that I've had for the last 3 games that I've played, including And Then There Were None and Emerald City Confidential. I literally have 2 notes total. Because you don't need to remember anything much in these games, which I guess is fine, but like, I don't know, I wish there were a little more challenge sometimes. But like, I appreciate and love the adventure of it. You know, there's just, yeah, the story path is narrow, yeah, you got it right. There's not a lot of branching out, you can't mess things up really. Because this game especially, these games were geared towards fans of Agatha Christie who tend to skew a little on the older side and therefore are not really the most gaming oriented, and so, you know, they're made for casuals. I really am not a huge fan of distinctions between serious gamers and casual gamers and pro gamers. The only difference is, are you getting paid for it, yes or no? Getting paid, you're professional. Not getting paid, you just like playing games. It's fine. So,
That guy is the most stuck-up human being I've ever met, even for an Englishman.
Rachet's valet?
Yeah, masterful. Glad I'm not traveling in the same room with him.
Oh, I like everybody. And him, he is as quiet as a little mouse.
You're welcome to him, that's my view. Deal the cards.
so am I gonna like use one of these every time? Like the
Well, look
glass
here,
just
Colonel,
disappears?
your policy in India is obviously self-defeating. You can't keep it as a colony forever, you know.
I don't see why not.
You
Well-
probably wouldn't have seen why not back in 1776, but America is free as a bird now.
Well,
Been suffering through one of the worst economic depressions in history, I believe.
oh, that hit
You're
close
not
to home.
seriously suggesting that if the United States had remained a colony of England, we could have avoided a depression?
Well,
I don't see why not.
That was a
I can't hear anything.
painful conversation. Poirot himself.
Not a sound.
Monsieur Rachet.
Whatever you're reading appears to distress you.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, I should see who that was.
It's completely quiet in there.
Hubbard. Ah. I love these camera angles, not gonna lie though. Definitely trying to get that cinematic thing going on.
It is a nightmare.
I know how hard all of this is for you. The only good thing about nightmares is that eventually we wake up.
Will you help me to be strong?
You are stronger than I, dearest. You have been through so much more.
My love, my love, my love.
Ugh. Alright, my stomach was already not feeling great already, so, like, can we not make me sick?
I can't hear anything.
Mr. Snagsby is dismayed to see, standing with an attentive face between himself and the lawyer at a little distance from the table, a person with a hat and a stick in his hand, who was not there when he himself came in and has not since entered by the door or by either of the windows. Yet this third person stands there with his attentive face and his hat and his stick in his hands and his hands
Is she just, like,
behind
reading her
him, a
story?
composed and quiet listener. He is a stoutly built, steady-looking, sharp-eyed man in black, of about middle age.
Must be the most
Except that
boring.
he looks at Mr. Snagsby as if he were going to take his portrait. There is nothing
Most
remarkable
boring story I've ever heard.
at first sight but his ghostly manner of appearing.
Enough, Schmidt. Detectives are not so superhuman as
Ah.
Mr. Dickens suggests. They are as human as you or I.
It is a really boring story, because it's a Charles Dickens novel.
Yes, Your Excellency.
It's completely quiet in there.
I like some Dickens. Some Dickens was clearly written because he wanted to make money. Since he was paid by the word, it is overly wordy, describes way too much, because it made him more money. Other Dickens is actually delightful. I love Tale of Two Cities. I will not hide that fact at all. Great Expectations, though, you can never make me read that book again. I have no desire to read that. It was bad. Hated it.
Not a sound.
Mademoiselle, what are you doing?
Michelle, you startled me.
It-
I'm testing.
It was short, but
Monsieur
it might
Bruce
as well
tells
have
me there
been
been
just as
complaints
long
from
as any of the
passengers
others.
that the compartments are not as soundproof as they might be, so I am testing to see if improvements can be made.
You are certainly being very thorough, mademoiselle.
That was close. That symbol.
I cannot take these towels. They are of too fine a quality to waste on detective work. There must be something else I can use.
I've never read David Copperfield. I can admit that.
I cannot take...
You're not going to tell me about the towels again.
The door to the Athens-Paris coach is locked.
There were a lot of novels that I read in high school that I absolutely did. Most of them were in American lit, though. Scarlet Letter was terrible. God, I wanted to
Hello, Greta. Where have
gouge
you
my
been?
eyes out before reading that again.
I am giving the headache powder to the American lady, Mrs. Hubbard. I do not think travel is suiting her the
Catcher in
way
the
it
Rye.
does you and I need.
Absolutely hated that book. Absolutely hated Catcher in the Rye. No idea why everyone has always been like, oh, I identify with him or whatever. I'm like, nah, he's an annoying little bitch. I have no desire to be at all related.
Oh, you must not trouble yourself
Catcher in the Rye
with
is
me. I have at last
for you,
found the
Salander.
place God prepared for me in this world. I am content.
There were some in American Lit that I absolutely, very intensely loved, however. Oh wow, I can just go in here. Oh, yeah, a little bathroom.
This
Okay.
wash basin is shared by the 2 connecting rooms. I cannot. This wash.
Yep.
Nothing of interest here.
Damn. Oh, and then there's a little. Okay, yeah. Will tell me about all the places to go. Okay, cool.
It's locked fast.
They weren't novels, they were plays. Streetcar Named Desire. Great. Awesome. Amazing. Crucible. Amazing. Oh my god. Death of a Salesman. Also amazing. I don't know. American Playwrights. We knew what we were doing. American Novelists. Maybe not so much. I did read Great Gatsby. And kind of, I don't know, I didn't really like, I didn't hate it, but I didn't really like it that much. So, kind of, what else is there? I don't remember what else I read that year. I mean, it was just fine. It just... Oh, now we can go to the restaurant. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, the book was just fine. It didn't leave much of an impression on me. I was sad after reading it. I remember that, but I was also sad because that was my junior year and I had a lot of friends in my senior year class. So I was kind of sad that they were leaving.
Very appetizing in other circumstances, but I'm not hungry at the moment.
No. No. Okay. Ah, gonna take that though. Take everything that isn't nailed down. I don't think we didn't read Grapes of Wrath. Our Steinbeck, we read that other one. Was it? Wait, was it Grapes of Wrath? Of Mice and Men. That's right. We read Of Mice and Men. I didn't like. I did not like.
It's locked fast.
Just keep going, I guess.
Were you following me, Mademoiselle Marceau?
In all the time I've worked for the train line, I've never seen the inside of a baggage car.
It is not the most comfortable of cars aboard the train.
Remember
Nevertheless,
reading
I feel the more I learn about the trains, the
Ethan
more it helps
Frome,
me in
and
my
I say
job.
reading in giant scare quotes here because
Please return to the Calais coach.
hey, I'm the frickin'
Pardon me, mademoiselle.
I should return to my sleeping compartment.
It's hard to make fun of this game because you can tell that they were trying a lot harder, and they made improvements. I don't know. It's hard to make fun of it. I'm sure there'll still be some silly moments though. So yeah, Ethan Frome, we read the first chapter and then watched the movie, and it was bad. Stop the train!
I am injured, Schmidt. Please stop your fussing.
Everyone, please. The pass is blocked with snow. Nothing more.
Nothing more, he says. Nothing more? I can tell you there will be plenty more when I get in touch with my attorneys. American trains don't slam on the brakes in the middle of the night.
I expect they would if they were about to
American
plow
trains
through
don't
water
exist
snow.
anymore.
I am afraid we may be here for some time. But this has happened before.
Happened before, has it? What kind of a way is this to run a railroad, I ask you?
How
At
the
least
fuck am
the
I
world
supposed
is
to? Full Karen moments. This is no way to run a railroad. It's
Monsieur Poirot, I'm so sorry. I apologize for the train company, for Monsieur Booth, and for me personally.
It's snow.
Calm yourself, Mademoiselle Marceau. I hold none of you at fault. Not even the engineer, who undoubtedly saved us from being buried by the avalanche.
You have sprained your ankle.
It is not Poirot who has sprained his ankle, mademoiselle. It is the train who has sprained it.
Yeah. The
Deflecting
reason I do not sleep in the
blame.
upper berths is to avoid pain.
Perhaps I should have slept on the floor. Thank you both for your attentions. If you would now please to allow me to suffer a little.
Jake Hurley.
If you like.
Yes. With his weird spinny machine map thing
What
in one
can the
whole
children
train
of our
car.
school be learning?
Not much of anything. Oh.
Was that a cry?
I like how I'm still dressed.
Go back to sleep, Greta. I'm sure it's nothing. No need to be alarmed. Let me have a look first.
Otherwise, please stop dealing with all this.
Ce n'est rien. Je me suis trompé.
Bien, monsieur.
Is there drama or calamity?
No.
It was Monsieur Ratchet, but he is well.
Then let us hurry back to sleep.
Ooh, look at those effects right there. Five different second chances? Wow.
There you are. I've been ringing and ringing.
I beg your pardon, madame.
Suddenly turned southern.
Voulez-vous quelque chose? You require?
There is a man in my compartment.
How did she suddenly become southern? She was like
Madame, as you can see, there is nowhere a man could hide himself.
Connecticut a few minutes
I
ago.
woke up and a man was there. I felt it.
You say
I felt
yourself,
it.
madame, that your door was bolted. How did he enter? How did he depart?
Avalanches, intruders. What's next?
Why are you suddenly southern? I'm so confused.
What now?
Poor Antoinette, she's just tired. What is the southern version of Karen? Charlotte? That doesn't sound right.
I should try and figure out who that person in the kimono was before I go back to sleep.
And I'm suddenly just wearing the normal
This door
clothes
is
again.
tightly
Alright.
locked.
I was wearing a dressing gown just a minute. We're gonna find out.
It's locked fast. Michelle, who was the woman in the scarlet kimono?
I am sorry, mademoiselle. I was updating the inventory of the Calais coach supplies. I did not see her face.
What compartment did she come out of?
I am not sure.
This
One of
is
the
Salem
rooms in the
again.
middle of the car, I
Very
think.
true.
Madame Hubbard's, perhaps, or Monsieur Rachet. By the time I noticed her, she was moving away from me.
Has anyone been up and about?
Only you and the other lady. It has been quiet for some time.
Has anything unusual occurred?
Well, there was the avalanche, of course. Later, Madame Hubbard insisted she saw a man in her room, but I could find no one.
Did you hear a thud a moment before I appeared just now?
No, I heard nothing, mademoiselle. Perhaps it was in the compartment next to yours, Monsieur Poirot, perhaps. Mademoiselle, please, do not disturb the other passengers.
Well, back to bed, I guess.
My daughter said it would be the easiest way in the world. Just sit in the train till I got to Paris. And now we may be here for days and days. And my boat sails day after tomorrow. How am I going to catch it now? I can't even wire to cancel my passage. I feel too mad to talk about it.
Shit happens, Karen.
Her children wait for me. What will they be thinking? They will be thinking bad things have happened to me.
I have business in Milano.
Okay.
A very rich gentleman with his eye on an Alfa Romeo designed by Enzo Ferrari himself. If I am late, I may lose the sale.
All of y'all need.
Say, you never said what line you were in.
That is very true. I didn't.
We may be here for days. Back in 29, there was a train trapped in the snow like this for a week. The passengers almost starved. I'm told they hunted wolves for food.
There's always cannibalism, of course. I remember one time up near Kashmir, I say. Old man, are you going to eat those rashers of bacon?
Oh, those sound like two different
What country is this anyway?
Yugoslavia, I believe.
cannibalism.
one of
Yeah.
those Balkan things.
I remember back in Kashmir.
Yes, but there isn't much I can do, I'm afraid. They'll send out a plow train from Broad. It's standard procedure.
I don't blame you. There's nothing anyone can do.
I would eat Greta first.
Monsieur Poirot is right, Mary.
Oh?
He said you are the strongest character among us. I agree.
Oh no. No, indeed. I know one far, far stronger than I am.
Who? Michel, you look almost ill. What is wrong?
Pardon-moi. Mademoiselle Marceau, Monsieur Poirot requests you come to his compartment at once.
Oh, look at him in his little suit.
What has happened, Monsieur Poirot?
Murder, mademoiselle, of the most savage nature.
Murder.
I have ordered all of the train doors to the outside to be sealed. With the
Oh,
exception
absolutely
of
do. Yeah, no. Kill Karen. Don't eat her.
so that the
Just
engineer
kill her.
and fireman of the train may
Done.
keep the engine's boiler provided with the coal. It would become very cold in here otherwise without the steam heat. The attendant...
His name is Matteo, I believe.
Matteo will inform us immediately if anyone else attempts to depart the train. Fortunately, the only passenger in the Athens-Paris coach is Dr. Constantine here. He has examined the body. Doctor, Mademoiselle Marceau represents the owners of this train. You may speak freely.
Oh no! Who has been killed?
Oh, now we get to
Monsieur
that?
Ratchet.
Oh no! That man? Who could have possibly seen him being murdered? Oh no.
We must contact the Yugoslavian police in Vinkovio Broad.
Yugoslavian police? Are you mad? They will detain us all for weeks while they trample evidence and bluster about with no idea how to solve a murder. If only we were in Greece.
Dr. Constantine, you must learn all you can about the murder.
Your faith in my powers is
Who's
gratifying.
been killed? Oh no!
Already I have learned all that my expertise can tell me. I am no detective.
Monsieur Poirot, I appeal to you. We cannot wait for the Yugoslavian police.
Well, now we
They will
can.
detain us all for weeks while they trample
You
evidence
just said that.
and bluster about with no
I'm
idea
just
how
gonna
to...
skip because you
Take command
just
of
said
the
that.
investigation.
Oh, must I?
We both know the longer a crime goes uninvestigated, the more difficult it becomes to solve.
Ah, yes, of course, I remember. You are the student of crime. And what you say is very true. All the same.
You can be on your way to your important case in England. We can avoid delays, annoyances, and 1,000,001 inconveniences for all the passengers.
I am addressing an important medical conference in London in 2 days.
Oui, c'est vrai. Any additional delay would be difficult.
Monsieur Poirot, my job isn't much, but it's all I have. The avalanche, your injury, now a murder. If it isn't solved, I will lose my job.
No, you cannot be blamed. I will have a word with Marcel. You have my guarantee that he will not fire you.
Solve the mystery. All we need say when the police arrive is,
Hotel
here's the
breakfasts are
murderer.
kind of... Yeah.
Mademoiselle, use
Yeah.
your own powers of observation.
Alas.
Alors, Poirot, he is confined to bed in the most serious of pain.
It's a sprained ankle.
How can he take command of anything?
In my
it's a sprained
scrapbook, I
ankle.
have a quote from you. How does it go? To solve a case, a man has only to sit back in a chair and think. Use the little grey cells of your mind.
I have often used the murderer's own words to spring my trap. And now I am caught by my own.
Rip!
Well done. Eh bien, mademoiselle, I will do what I can. I ask only that you do my legwork. This would appeal to you, I think.
You know it would.
Yeah,
I will
definitely
issue to you
true.
the challenge I once made to my friend Captain Hastings. Accept.
I know exactly
and
what
we will
hotel
play
I'd go
a
to right
little
now,
game
too.
between ourselves. You will need to use your own little gray cells as much as Poirot.
Dare not eat inside right now.
We will see if the
Take
student
out
of crime
only.
is ready to graduate. Refuse? I will guide your investigations much more. Either way, the crime, it will be solved. It is an important decision you must make now before we proceed.
I wasn't paying total
I will
attention,
not
but this is
ask again.
basically deciding whether it's going to be hard or easy.
Do you accept?
I'm gonna
I am honored.
go fall
I
in.
gladly accept
Balls
the
to the
challenge.
wall. We're doing this.
Excellent. Now, if you reach an impasse, think only, what would Poirot do? Imagine that I am there beside you, offering counsel. It may help. So, we begin.
Let's do this.
Dr. Constantine, take her next door.
Let us view the dead body. Somewhere in this apartment, I have a magnifying glass. Inlaid with mother of pearl.
Has anything been disarranged in this compartment?
No, mademoiselle. I was careful not to move the body in making my examination.
Take that, take that, take that, take that.
I did not close the window despite the chill. I thought there might be fingerprints, and the cold, of course, helps preserve the body. Take care. There may be fingerprints.
Do I even have the stuff to manage fingerprints right now? No, not really. I have the tape. Paper napkins. Need some kind of powder and a brush, though.
Regardez, mademoiselle.
Nothing else to see in there. I've already...
Alright, here we go.
Oh dear! Someone must have
Oof.
stood there and stabbed him again and again.
There is something in the pocket of his pajamas. Something heavy. I did not disturb it.
Egg!
115. That agrees with my calculations.
Very dead.
The man was armed? It is bizarre.
D.E.D.
Why did he not defend
indeed.
himself?
Yeah, there should have been a lot more blood here. Don't you think?
How many wounds are there, Doctor?
I make it 12 wounds. 1 or 2 are so slight as to be mere scratches. On the other hand, at least 3 would be capable of causing death.
Some wounds seem to have bled more than others.
You see these two wounds, here and here. They are deep. Each cut must have severed blood vessels, and yet the edges do not gape. They have not bled as one would have expected.
Ratchet was already dead when those were delivered?
Aha.
Some little time dead.
The murderer returned to make certain Ratchet was dead?
The idea is an absurdity, of course. Even one with no medical knowledge would have been able to tell the man was already quite dead.
The wounds are scattered all over the torso.
Yes, and you see this wound here, under the right arm, near the right shoulder. Could you deliver such a blow? I have a pencil if you would like to try it.
That won't be necessary.
How do you account for it?
A left-handed murderer could strike there easily.
But of course, that blow was almost certainly struck with the left hand. Yet some of these blows are just as obviously
I'm
right-handed.
smart.
Ratchet thrashed about as he was
Okay.
dying.
On the contrary, he lay completely composed. The bed sheets are not disarrayed at all.
The murderer had unusually long arms.
Please let us not stray
SMRT.
from the land of Poe with his murderous apes stuffing young girls up chimneys.
Oh, hey.
I know something of apes.
Don't
They
knock
kill
Edgar
by
Allan
pummeling
Poe,
or
alright?
crushing,
Leave
or
Edgar out of
whittling away
this.
at their victim.
Tell me something about the force of the blows.
I am so smart.
Some were struck with a
SMRT.
terrible ferocity as to drive the knife
SMART.
through hard belts of bone and muscle. Yet others seemed to be haphazard and at random, glancing off, doing hardly any damage.
Someone striking with their eyes shut? In a blind frenzy?
And struck so many times with their eyes closed to make sure they had managed to hit a vital organ or two?
Could there be two murderers?
Perhaps. Some blows could have been struck by a strong man or very athletic woman. Others are weak. A frail woman, perhaps.
Perhaps the killer was uncertain at first.
We're just
then
going to go
was
through all the possibilities.
overcome
No
with a
decisions
bloodlust.
yet.
Or
No
perhaps
deductions
the killer
yet.
tired of his exertions, weakening, yet still enjoying himself too much to leave off.
Can you estimate the time of death?
It is difficult to say exactly in these matters. The open window, the cold, you understand, complicates an estimate. But I think I can say definitely that death occurred between midnight and 2 in the morning.
That will do for now, Doctor.
Alright, well, let's do some looking here. Aha! Two different matches.
I can't take that apart.
Nah. That was worth a try.
There is something in the pocket.
The round top. So the flat match. Not match. Revelations 13:18. Another Bible? I certainly don't.
That isn't such a...
Pipe clean.
I won't find... At the moment. I wouldn't like to try. Monsieur Poirot.
Yeah, okay. I like how they do this. It's her recap of everything she's found and everything she's done, and they just muffle it so you don't have to sit there listening to them recap everything you just did. Now it would be nice if they could just
And that is everything I've discovered so far.
get it over with.
We progress, mademoiselle. Now, let us see what we can learn.
The wounds tell too many different stories.
Oui, the matter begins to clear itself up wonderfully. The murderer was a man of great strength. He was feeble, it was a woman, it was a right-handed person, it was a left-handed person. Ah, c'est rigolo tout ça. And the victim, what does he do in all this? Does he cry out? Does he struggle? Does he defend himself? No. He awaits his doom with the greatest composure.
The box of matches suggests the round one belonged to Monsieur Ratchet.
I concur.
The pipe cleaner and the handkerchief are good clues.
Possibly. What can we learn from them?
Remember the bottle I found in the suitcase?
Oui, a sleeping draught, and the bottle half empty. It would be instructive to learn if Ratchet took his usual dosage last night.
Oh, they're gonna point aggressively this whole
What
time.
of the residue in the tumbler? A sleeping powder, perhaps, such as that I found in the suitcase. It might explain why Monsieur Ratchet did not cry out when he was attacked.
A possibility. However, in my experience, the usual dose of a sleeping draught would not be strong enough to prevent awakening if one were violently attacked.
The gun was unfired.
He would certainly have defended himself if he had been able. For now, it might be better if you keep the gun with you for your protection. I would not like our collaboration cut short prematurely.
The broken watch tells us the time of death
Oh,
exactly.
he knows what?
Very convenient, the broken watches.
1:15, well within Dr. Constantine's estimate of midnight to 2 a.m.
What you say is true.
Are the false teeth important?
Only to one who must wear them. And why you took for yourself the false teeth of the dead man is not for Poirot to ask.
Okay,
but I
but
hope
don't
they prove themselves as useful to you as they undoubtedly did to him.
don't knock it, all right?
The small metal
Oh.
statuette. It is very old.
And possibly quite valuable. Take it with you. Learn more of it if you can.
The footprints outside the window are important.
What did they say to you?
The killer may have fled the train.
And gone where? Still, they must be investigated.
I found the inscription REV 1318 printed on the hatband of his hat.
A curious inscription indeed for the hat.
I found only the cigar in the ashtray. No pipe.
Certainly, this is a clue masculine. Monsieur Ratchet smokes the cigar, lighting it with a round match, and someone else, still to be determined, smokes the pipe, lighting it with a flat match.
The letter H can help us find the owner of the handkerchief.
A clue feminine, so dainty, and to have the letter embroidered upon it is so convenient. One cannot complain of having no clues in this case.
If a man killed Ratchet,
After the sociable smoke,
then the woman came in later, not noticing he was dead, and attacked him as well.
also not noticing that she had dropped her handkerchief. Very fortunate for us that she was so unobservant.
The burnt paper could be significant.
What strikes you as most important?
Not cigar or pipe ashes, burnt paper.
Precisement.
There
But
we
the
are.
paper is impossible to read.
It is possible that some of the writing on the paper can be made legible again if the scrap can be protected, flattened, and held firmly in place while the heat is applied. I will need something with which to handle the paper most delicately, 2 objects of metal netting that we can place it between, and a source of constant heat. Collect for me these items, and we will see what we shall see.
I should look for the items Monsieur Poirot needs to read the burnt scrap of paper.
It does look rather cold, doesn't it?
It's locked fast. I don't need anything else. Splendid.
Oops. Yeah, we don't have any cold over here right now. It's all hot. We're supposed to have it break a little bit today, hopefully.
The hat frame must be of wire mesh, a type now out of fashion. No, this one will not suffice.
Just burn it, though.
Regardez, mademoiselle. Quite interesting.
I can't take that apart.
Ah, recipe. Okay, enough. Wait, the decade? Wait, what? Oh, you wish you meant the decade. Okay, got it. All right, yes. Okay. I mean, I don't want to poo-poo you with it heating 90 degrees over there, but it hasn't dropped below 90 degrees for the last 2 weeks here in Boston. We're looking forward to the heat breaking and turning to the low 90s instead of the upper 90s. It was earlier this week. It was bad. I haven't been outside to go exercising in a long while.
This is the
So, and yes, Jewel, that is Poirot speaking.
I can't see nothing to see.
Excuse me. Yeah, no, I wanted to be
It's locked fast.
exercising regularly by biking, and
This door is tightly
and I
locked.
can't. They were cute shoes, yeah. Oh wait, I was already here.
No, this hat frame.
I'll put this into my scrapbook so I can take a closer look at it later.
Well, I want a closer look at it now. Oh, okay, here we go. What troubles you had in Prague and Istanbul with the outrageous service at hotels, careless porters, beggars, and the like. Particularly after the incidents in London and here. Traveling outside America can be a chore, but I'm sure the American consulates, those oases of American values in far-flung lands, were able to help you sort things out. Oof. Wow. Wow.
Nothing to...
A button from a conductor's uniform. Who's missing a button?
The door is locked. It's locked fast.
Well, old-fashioned hat boxes. Princess Dragomir almost certainly has one. There we are.
This looks like a puzzle box. Let me see if I can get it open.
Hey, puzzle time! Okay, what do we got?
I don't think that's... I can't see... That isn't... Ah, this is... I can't seem to get... That isn't right. I don't think... That isn't... I can't see... I don't think... I try... That isn't... I can't seem to... I fear that...
Damn it. Okay.
I can't... I try. I fear that I am I don't think... That isn't right. I am lost. Let me... That isn't...
You are not lost, you're just trying it out. There's only so much you can do. In a real puzzle box, you can feel the resistance and tell exactly where you're going with this.
That isn't... I don't think... I can't seem to get... That wasn't right. Now I have to start over. I can't seem to...
It's not like there are clues to exactly how you're supposed to do this.
I don't... I can't... Ah, this is frustrating. I'd better start from the beginning.
It literally is like,
That
I'm
isn't-
so confused I should just start over. And I hate it.
I can't see... That isn't... That wasn't right. That isn't right. I tried. That isn't... I am lost.
Well, I'm not lost.
I don't... I can't seem to...
Oh, okay.
That isn't...
Okay.
And now to see what was so cleverly
Whew,
guarded.
that was...
I'll return
fun.
this after I've discerned if it has any bearing on the case at hand.
What is? Picture of a young girl.
Nothing else.
A single pipe smoker aboard, and all roads lead to him.
Interesting.
I won't...
Aren't they cute? I honestly wouldn't mind being in here, you know?
Regardez, mademoiselle.
That is a leather set.
I've already...
Wow, that's the only one that is interesting? Okay. Yeah, I have no idea what it is. I really don't know. Yeah, right? I mean, that's kind of how I feel about it for sure.
The door to the...
I wish this were the primary mode of travel, honestly.
I have everything.
That is...
I have all the pieces. All that remains is for me to assemble them
This
properly.
is way more puzzle-based stuff. I've got it. And where's the scrap of paper?
The paper is extremely fragile. I've already... The curling tongs have the burnt paper firmly but delicately in their grip.
Well, I think the indicator lights thing is probably comes from the whole servant's bell thing, which has been around for a while. You know, like the pull chain European aristocracy houses.
The paper holder is now in place. Now on to securing a heat source.
Ooh, that doesn't sound fun, CJ. Yeah, no. No, I mean, like, you have a compartment and it's yours. Like, at most you share a compartment with one other person. That would be nice. Daisy Armstrong.
Daisy Armstrong, c'est ça. I now know the
That's
real
a good
name
point,
of
yeah,
the dead man.
instead of a bell.
And I know why he had to leave America.
Monsieur Poirot, I have documented that case in my scrapbook.
I remember well the case. 10 years ago, Colonel Armstrong was an Englishman. He married the daughter of Linda Arden, the most famous tragic American actress of her day. They lived in the city of New York and had one child, 3 years old, whom they adored. 2 men snatched Daisy from the arms of her nursemaid. The police were convinced that the young woman had some knowledge of the crime and questioned her relentlessly. The enormous ransom was paid, but 2 weeks passed with no word from the kidnappers. And then there was a break in the case. 2 brothers named Perkinson were identified by witnesses and tracked to a farmhouse somewhere outside of the city. The Perkinsons were arrested at the farmhouse where they and a woman not identified had been hiding. They were tried and convicted. At their trial, they implicated Cassetti, not only as the mastermind of the scheme, but the man who shot the little girl. The tearful testimony of the Perkinson brothers surprised many, but they admitted their guilt. And in America, the crime carries the maximum penalty. During the sentencing, the Perkinson brothers tried to make the escape. Jeffrey was captured, but not his brother Robert. And Cassetti had vanished without a trace. Madame Armstrong gave birth to a dead child born prematurely, and she herself died. The evening after the double funeral, a broken-hearted Colonel Armstrong returned to the family brownstone on Park Avenue, locked himself in his study, and shot himself. A body was discovered in the New York harbor shortly after Jeffrey Perkinson died in the electric chair. It was identified by a relative as Robert Perkinson. If he was a suicide or killed by Cassetti, was never known. Cassetti was still at large, seen now here, now over there, and still more tragedy was to follow. The police refused to believe the hysterical denials of the poor girl, hoping she might lead them to Cassetti. In a fit of despair, the poor girl threw herself from a window and was killed. It was proved afterwards that she was absolutely innocent of any complicity in the crime. Cassetti was the man, there can be no doubt. He had used the same methods in the past. hired men down on their luck to do the dangerous work, but taking most of the ransom for himself, and always killing the victim if the police were closing in. He had many enemies, that one.
I cannot regret that
So
he is
many.
dead.
I agree with you, mademoiselle.
Still, it is not necessary that he should be killed aboard one of our trains. There are other places.
Indeed. The investigation continues.
Don't
and
kill him aboard one of our trains. Pick a competitor's train,
for
damn
the
it.
assembling of the evidence. Collect all passports,
How very
gather
English
information
sentiment.
about the suspects, seek out any clues, follow every possible trail.
Yep, she really was murder in my Oriental Express. That sentiment was put on my post for a reason.
It seems to have gotten extremely cold in here.
Mademoiselle, the engineer has just informed me. A rock from the avalanche, it struck the undercarriage of the coal tender. The pipe that carries the steam that heats the train is damaged. It must be repaired, or we will all freeze to death.
Bye then.
Could this be coincidence? Either way, I'd better look into it immediately.
Sure. Just, you're all gonna die. Nothing significant in that bathroom either. Freeze to death.
How can I talk to you when my teeth they chatter so?
All right, fine. Fix the fucking train. And a woman. Oh, women can't do anything. Watch this, motherfuckers.
I must attend to my duties, mademoiselle. Perhaps...
The door is... The door to... This door leading outside has been ordered sealed by...
Yeah, but I need to leave the train. Otherwise, we're all going to freeze to death. It does look like a rather nice bread, doesn't it? Yeah. But cannibalism. I'm just sitting here as a New Englander being like, y'all are weak. Put on a sweater.
It is locked. I would like a key to the baggage car.
Please, take one of mine.
Why do you have more than one key to the baggage car?
I often assist with the loading and unloading at the smaller stations. Sometimes I must loan a key to the handlers.
That will be enough, Pierre.
Fast travel? Is that possible? Yes! Oh, that is beautiful. Oh, I love this game.
The key worked.
For a cinematic. Of course the key worked.
Food for the journey. I will not disturb it. I don't want to risk Klaus's temper. These goods are being shipped. They do not belong to anyone currently on the train.
Quite interesting. Quite interesting.
What's interesting? I don't see. Quite interesting.
I wouldn't want to get caught out in that weather.
Quite interesting.
What are we... What's quite interesting? Okay.
It's the cargo manifest. It shows that 3 casks were loaded in Belgrade. 1 of olive oil, 1 of honey, and 1 of vinegar. It also mentions a special security package that was loaded in Istanbul. It's the cargo manifest. Salonika olive oil, a keg of Greece's finest. I've heard of this honey. It's reported to be quite good.
Hey, see? Shipwreck Island honey. Shipwreck Island honey. Like the honey from the...
A keg of white wine vinegar.
Yeah. From
It
the
looks
game.
terrible out there.
The last one.
This seems to be...
Yeah, I suppose we do have our first Nancy Drew, something goes here moment, don't we?
This door leads...
Come on. Wait, why am I doing that? Buddy, how the fuck did you get out?
Mateo, did you see Mr. Hardman come this way just now?
No, señorita.
Every need provided for.
Señorita, unless we find a way to replace that broken pipe, our chances look very bad.
Fine, I will go back out to the train and figure out how to fix this damn pipe. You all leave me alone, yes?
The restaurant car. I can smell roasting meat from here.
It looks like a save point, yeah, doesn't it? It's honestly just it's just blue because it's a different bathroom.
Even after a rescue train
It's the
arrives,
Athens
that
car
avalanche will
instead
take
of
some
the
time
Calais.
to dig through.
So they just reused the same bathroom, they just changed the light color.
This must be where the steam is escaping. It's quite hot, even from a distance.
Is that anything I already have? Oh. Not by what I see.
Monsieur, I have desperate need of your hammer.
I need that to maintain an accurate reading of the gauge. Do not touch.
An accurate reading of the gauge? Why does the gauge need a...
Please, you must help me. My stomach.
Do you need a doctor?
No, I need food. I am wasting away.
I'm sure if you went to the restaurant car, the chef would fix you something.
You do not understand. Klaus, the chef de cuisine, is a master. His meats, his sauces, but even the tenderest meat must be chewed.
Yes, that is true.
I am a busy man. I work hard. I have little time for frivolity.
Frivolities?
Like
It
chewing.
is. You will pardon me. I had not brushed my teeth since before the Great War. The dentists in Istanbul are fiends. This one, he does not cure me. No. He yanks my teeth out. But the new teeth he has made do not fit properly. Adjustments are needed. He sends them to Trieste. But the train will pass through Trieste in only 2 days. I can survive for 2 days on soup. Now we may be stranded here for a week or more. Remember 1929? It has happened. It can happen again.
So why did you not brush your teeth since 1919? Is there a particular reason? that you went over a decade without brushing your goddamn teeth.
Forever. Ask anything of me.
Monsieur, today is your lucky day. I have teeth for you, but I want to borrow your hammer.
My hammer? But it is my special hammer. It keeps the pressure gauge on the boiler working.
No, the
I
smell
will do
alone.
anything for you, mademoiselle, after the service you have done for me. But I need that hammer to check the boiler pressure. If you can find me an adequate replacement, then it is yours.
Right? So I need to find something that can be used to bang like this.
I have something I think will be adequate to replace your
Oh,
magnificent
yeah. Give him the statuette, yeah.
What a wonderful object. This will do nicely. Please
Yeah, I
take
really
the
hope
hammer with
no
my
one's been
compliments.
within 3 feet of him since 1990.
Please, help yourself, dear young lady. Anything you want. Help yourself.
Well, I now have coal. Coal plus hammer equals...
I smashed the
Coal
lump of
dust.
coal into a fine powder.
Coal dust can then be used to dust for fingerprints. Yours? Oh man. Ugh. Yeah, that's like the... that breath is terrifying. Oh, I would have too. Oh my god. Absolutely. Well,
There's no
hello.
power. I'll need to come up with a way to provide it with electricity.
I don't think I have anything. Electricity at the moment. Not yet. Thought I would die too, jeez. Morse code decipher. Okay, sure. Oh, we have his passport.
Nothing to see.
Someone has seen to it that the snowshoes, they are beyond repair, and now quite useless.
No shoes.
I wouldn't want to...
Eat.
Quite interesting.
He's angry in his picture too. God. Ah. Alright, buddy, calm down.
I'm sure I can piece
Oop.
these back together.
Time for another puzzle. Hey. Oh. Hey, that worked. I don't think that would work. Ah, and the fit's there. Okay, good. Oh, okay. Also good. Not that difficult, luckily. Bam.
There, it is complete. I will carefully place it into my scrapbook for further study.
Uniform in Belgrade Station washroom. Place key in pocket. Pass key in pocket. Lots of rooms in the Athens periscope will be empty. Hide it in one of them until broad. About time the dirty rat guts was coming to him. Alright, well, someone was definitely trying to murder him. I mean, we kind of already knew. That was the one I was in, right? Yeah.
This door is... The door is...
Gotta collect all these passports. Yes.
Nothing to... Klaus's passport. I'll put it with the others.
Quite interesting.
They have a brush yet? Try just putting the powder itself on there, maybe? Oh.
Quite interesting.
Whatever it is, it's quite interesting. Need a brush. Sure, I'll find one.
This wash basin.
Who's Abdullah? Have I met him?
It's locked fast.
What? Why not? Right, back outside, I guess.
The Athens Paris. The Calais coach, with the exception.
Yeah, I can't use. As I thought, you can't use fast travel when you're outside that part of the train, I think.
Would you look at that?
Look at here. You work for the train company? Get the heat fixed.
I can't see any.
Hmm. I'm not sure how exactly to fix the train right now. Okay. This is some very, not quite moon logic, I think, but pretty close. A little out there. Apparently you have to go outside to find the part. That I need. Fix the train. Just remembered. Pliers.
Those don't work together.
Oh. Fix. How do I fix you? Yeah. Oh. Okay, never mind. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot times 2. You don't fix them. Ah, so I can fast travel when I'm inside the train. Can't fast travel back to the Athens car. Fine.
Mademoiselle, observe.
I don't think that... The nails were loose. Peculiar. Well, what do we have here?
There.
I'd better put the lid...
Quite interesting.
Hmm. Okay.
Does nothing strike? No, the snow. It is much too deep to cross without the snowshoes.
I don't think that...
I am sorry, ma'am.
Nothing a little elbow grease can't undo.
There we go. Oh, okay. White Wolf of Icicle Creek. Let me guess.
I beg your pardon.
No, we gotta talk now, because I gotta take some provisions or something. Food. I really hope this one doesn't require
These cases contain food for our journey.
any kind of
This
cider.
contains These goods are being
Huh. That actually makes sense. I was thinking a little too moon logic this time actually, and it makes more sense to do exactly what they say you should do. I feel like an idiot. And when I show you, you're going to also think that I am an idiot, because this solution to get past the wolf is actually incredibly simple. Kind of mean.
Remember, mademoiselle, you are the intruder here, not the wolf.
Well, yeah, no. There you go.
The gunshot seems to have frightened him off.
Poor baby.
This looks like a dead end. This looks like...
Oh. Oh yeah, no. We're not gonna just go around shooting wolves. Carrying them away. A little sad. A little mean.
I'm not sure what I expect to find wandering around out here.
Something helpful. Yes? Another one?
This looks like a... So many paths. It would be easy for me to get lost out here.
Oh, another wolf?
Remember, mademoiselle, you...
Yeah, I know, we're not harming the creature, we're just gonna...
The gunshot seems to have
they're
frightened them
sap
off.
taps. So you tap into them so you can get access to the sap in the tree. We use them here in New England for maple syrup. Syrup is the best.
Mademoiselle, observe, if you will, the four...
Oh, Poirot, I'm not gonna jump to my
The
friggin'
view
death.
from here is breathtaking.
A hut out here in the middle of nowhere.
Hey, look, it's a deer.
A deer. I should leave her alone. She's got enough to worry about with all the wolves around.
I've never actually tapped a tree myself. I will admit that. I've never actually done it myself.
A shepherd's hut. Probably only used when the snow it is gone and he brings his sheep up to the high pasture. One of the bars appears to be quite loose. Would you not say so, mademoiselle? Fantastic.
Gonna take that.
It's locked.
It's locked. C'est moi. C'est fantastique. Oh. Scandal.
What is this? A second passkey? So, the mystery of how a murderer may pass through the locked doors, it is now explained.
Dun dun dun. Psh. All right.
I can't loosen the pipe with my hands. An antique stove. I haven't seen one of these in years.
Yeah, I've never actually gotten around to making any myself, to be honest.
Now, the gap in the bars is too small to crawl through.
Okay. Am I gonna end up trapped out here?
Nothing of interest.
Sounds like I'm gonna end up trapped in here. Alright.
No, the snow, it is...
This looks like a dead.
No more.
This looks like a
taps. And no more taps. Alright, let's go fix this train. Train fixing time. Fix this train.
Even after.
I don't think so. See, this is the thing with this game. It doesn't allow you to fail. There are no, like...
Wonderful. That should hold. At least
Yeah,
until we are
you
rescued.
can't
Not
fail,
a bad job, if I do say so myself.
Boop boop. Darn. Boop, boop. No, no, okay.
The heat is now restored. Now on to the matter of murder.
Murder boost. Ow.
Monsieur Poirot. And that is everything I have discovered so far.
Convenient
Progress,
indeed.
mademoiselle. Now, let us see what we can learn.
Merci, Monsieur Poirot.
I have not collected
I wouldn't
anyone's
like to...
passport from this bar. I'll not say that. I certainly have not collected anyone's fingerprints either. Ugh.
Yes, miss?
Monsieur Masterman?
Yes?
My name is Antoinette Marceau. I'm assisting Monsieur Poirot in his inquiries.
Yes, the attendant has explained that to me. The service is quite good, I must say. I prize good service highly, of course. My compliments.
Thank you. I would like to ask you some questions.
Yes, I expect you would. I shall help in any way I can.
You are the valet of Monsieur Ratchet.
Yes.
May I have your passport, please?
Of course. Here you are.
Your full name, age, and address.
Edward Henry Masterman, 51. 21 Friar Street, Clerkenwell.
When did you last see Monsieur Ratchet?
It must have been about 9:35 or 9:40 last night, miss.
Can you tell me what happened when you saw Monsieur Ratchet?
I went into Mr. Ratchet as usual, miss, and attended to his wants.
He sounds familiar. Checking IMDb now. Here we go. What do we got? Who is in this cast? Hercule Poirot as David Suchet, Vanessa Marshall as Antoinette Marceau. Who's she? Known for work on Justice League, Star Wars Rebels, and Solo: A Star Wars Story. Interesting, okay. Oh, she plays Hera. Okay. He was in Rick and Morty, I guess. Not much that I recognize a whole lot. Did a lot of extra stuff for sure. But okay. I mean, I recognize some of these things, but like what she's been in. Huh. Yeah. Nothing that... Ah, I knew I recognized this voice. It's Nolan North again. It's Nolan North. Alright. Alright. He actually plays 3 different people. He's Masterman, Hardman, and Dr. Constant. Nolan North really is everywhere, isn't he? Princess Dragomirov is played by Carolyn Seymour. He's been in a couple of different things. Oh, hey, it's Dr. Chakwas again. Yeah, right. I just forget who the VAs are. So it's Dr. Chakwas. Keeper Marathari. Yeah. Dr. Chakwas. Yeah. Get out the brandy. Countess Adrenyi, Mary Debenham, Leigh Allen Baker. Will and Grace. As Ellen. Seems to have pretty extensive credits there, so. Oh, hey! Hey, guess what, Digishell? She was Bong Cha in Secret World Issue 9, The Black Signal. Hey. And Issue 8. And does it go back further? She's also in Mass Effect. Yeah, I know. She's hitting pretty close to home here. Alright, alright. Don't see a whole lot of particularly interesting things popping out to me as beyond that. She was in that one Hardy Boys game that happened. It happened. I wonder if any of these actually did any voices for like her interactive, because that'd be hilarious. Oh. North we know. Hector McQueen, Lucien and Mateo by Armando Valdez Kennedy. An Archer. Arkham Origins. Saints Row 4. All kind of like additional character voices basically. Saints Row 3. Very prolific actor. Just not very notable actor. That happens. Oh, he's in the West Wing. His name is Dave. Character's name is Dave. Sean Donnellan, probably. Samuel Ratchet and Count Adrenyi. Known for Spider-Man 3? Oh boy. Morbius? That. Remember those movies very well. big thing. Who else do we have? Lisa Long as Carolyn Hubbard. Known for Castaway. I see absolutely nothing on here, even remotely interesting. Until we get back to 2006, when you see Agatha Christie murder in the Orient Express. Oh. Murder, She Wrote. Hey, she was on Murder, She Wrote. That's like a thing, right? Twilight Zone. 1985. Okay. Gustavo Rex is Antonio Foscarelli and Pierre Michel. Oh, here's somebody that I recognize some of. Okay. Oh, we got Fallout 4 as Arturo and Enrico Thompson. We've got Grand Theft Auto 5, Saints Row the Third, just extra voices by the looks of it. Here's Static Shock. Okay. 007 Nightfire is the truck driver. God, I love that game though. Nightfire is one of my favorites. How weird. So it's just like additional voices again, but like at least in things that I recognize and like. Sally Sofiotti. 2009 Watchmen. Okay. Oh, she's still working, and she is working on a lot. I don't know if she was in Spiral Reignited. But once I finally get around to actually playing that, I'll be able to hear it. She was in Fortnite. Horizon Zero Dawn as Petra. Okay. Don't recognize the name, but Horizon Zero Dawn. Definitely. Uncharted 4, which I have played. Yeah, no, I was thinking of spin-off game. I have not played. Arkham Knight. He's been in a lot. Arkham Origins. Hitman Absolution. Resident Evil 6 is Ingrid Hunnigan. Oh. Star Wars The Old Republic. Oof. There's a lot in here. I can't even get into all of it. Fable 2. Hero of Bowerstone. What? She was the hero's voice in Fable 2? That's pretty great. I've been wanting to play those games ever since they announced Fable 4 or maybe Fable Reboot. I'm not sure exactly what it is. Now I want to play it. Okay, she played Annie Leibovitz in Watchmen. Intéressant. Intéressant. More of these that I find worth looking at. Not really. The rest of them are kind of just... That's it. But hey, Nolan North. Nolan North, everybody. He's back. Not the main character this time, though.
What were your duties exactly?
Yeah,
To fold or hang up his clothes, miss. Put his dental plate in water and see that he had everything he needed.
Thought I recognized that not quite great British accent.
Was his manner the same as usual?
Well, miss, I think he was upset.
In what way upset?
Over our letter he'd been reading. He asked me if it was I who had put it in his compartment. Of course, I told him I hadn't done any such thing, but he swore at me and found fault with everything I did.
Did your master ever take a sleeping draught?
Always when traveling by train, miss. He said he couldn't sleep otherwise. Even the express affected him, I am sorry to say.
Did he take it last night?
I poured it into a glass and put it on the table for him. though I didn't actually see him drink it.
Was it unusual for him to swear at you?
Oh no, miss. He lost his temper easily. It just
Oh, no.
depended what had happened to
Normal.
upset him.
Do you know what drug he was in the habit of taking?
I couldn't say I'm sure, miss. There's no name on the bottle. Just sleeping draught. And to be taken at bedtime.
When was his usual bedtime? When aboard the train?
Midnight, miss. Or later. With the avalanche last night, I fancy he wouldn't fall asleep until closer to 1.
Yeah, he's always an
Did
asshole.
you mix his usual dose of the
Just
sleeping draught?
what? Why is he an
Half
asshole
dose only,
today?
miss, at Mr. Ratchet's request. I can't say the reason.
What happened next?
I asked him if there was anything else he required. He asked me to send for Mr. McQueen. Then I left him.
Was Monsieur Ratchet an early riser?
It depended, miss, upon his mood. Sometimes he'd get up for breakfast. Sometimes he wouldn't get up till just on lunchtime.
Same.
I would wait until the attendant came to collect me.
Did you know that your master had enemies?
Yes, miss. I had heard him discussing some disquieting letters with Mr. McQueen.
Did you like your employer, Masterman?
I should hardly like to say that, miss. He was a generous employer.
But you didn't like him.
Shall we put it that I don't care very much for Americans, miss?
I mean, same, though. And I am one.
Do you know of any bad blood between your master and Monsieur McQueen?
No, no, miss. Mr. McQueen was a very pleasant gentleman. For an American.
How long have you been with Monsieur Ratchet?
Just over 9 months, miss. Before that, I was with Sir Henry Tomlinson in Grosvenor Square. I was with him for several years before he left for East Africa.
Have you ever been in America?
There's a lot of questions.
No, miss.
Do you remember the Armstrong kidnapping case?
Well, yes, I remember reading something about it. A little baby girl, wasn't it? Very shocking affair. But what has that...
Your employer, Monsieur Ratchet, was the man behind the kidnapping.
Oh, we're just revealing that
Lost
now,
for
are we?
words, miss. I can hardly believe it.
Are you a pipe smoker?
No, miss. I only smoke cigarettes. Gaspers, miss.
What did you do after leaving your master?
I told Mr. McQueen, miss, that the master wanted him. Then I came along here to my compartment and read. I was in bed by 10:30.
Who do you share this room with?
A big Italian fellow.
Does he speak English?
A kind of English, miss. He's been in America. Chicago, I understand. He was in here playing cards with another American, a Mr. Hardman. The game broke up soon after I entered, and Mr. Hardman left.
Do you and the Italian gentleman talk together much?
No, miss. I prefer to read. At present, I'm quite enjoying Love's Captive by a Mrs. Arabella Richardson. At about 10:30, the Italian fellow wanted to go to bed.
Won't knock it,
so
though.
The attendant
Keep
came
reading.
in and made the beds up.
Did you go to bed then?
I went to bed, but I didn't sleep, miss. I had a toothache.
I am so sorry. Was your toothache painful?
Most painful, miss. I applied some oil of cloves, which relieved the pain a little, but I still was not able to get to sleep. I turned the light on over my berth and continued to read, to take my mind off of it, as it were.
You did not sleep at all?
I finally dropped off about 4 this morning.
Did the Italian gentleman sleep?
Him? Oh, he snored. I confess I envied Mr. Ratchet his sleeping draught, miss.
Did your companion leave the compartment at all during the night?
No, miss.
Did you leave the compartment at all?
No, miss.
Did you hear anything during the night?
I don't think so, miss. The train being at a standstill made it all very quiet.
That will be enough.
Regardez, mademoiselle.
Well, he was telling the truth about that, at least.
Et voilà.
He's in New York or something or other? Chauffeur's license. Ah.
I can't see anything of interest. Nothing to... Nothing to... I'll put this into my scrap.
What was it? Oh, there we are. Whew. And yeah, back there. Okay. Interesting. We're gonna get you see? You see? We're gonna get you.
Nothing of interest here.
Say, this is mighty nice. What can I do for you?
I just rifled
My
through
name
your
is
luggage.
Antoinette Marceau. I'm assisting Monsieur Poirot with his investigation. You know the name, perhaps?
It does seem familiar, only I always thought it was a dressmaker.
Monsieur, for all our sakes, please do not repeat that in front of Monsieur Poirot.
Fragile
Do
Eagle
you
will not
promise
take it.
me?
I think I just about promised you anything. Oh, darn it, there I
Oh,
go,
boy.
sounding like Mr. Ratchet. You had enough of him, I expect, at the market in Istanbul.
Yes, I did, and I
didn't
don't
mean
need a
anything
prep
by
school
it
boy
except-
from Connecticut to
well,
start doing it as well.
Except it's the truth. I love your accent. A little bit of British, a little bit of French, a lot of heaven.
Ugh.
Darn it, there I go again.
It is not a problem, Monsieur, but we must be serious now, don't you agree?
Serious, yes. Yes, of course.
You are Monsieur Ratchet's secretary?
Yes, for just over a year now. I met him in Persia. I'd come over from New York to look into an oil concession. I don't suppose you want to hear all about that. Getting oil out of
Oh
Persia
boys,
can get
can't
pretty
live with
difficult
them.
these days.
Can't
Anyway, my friends and I
live
had been
with
running
them.
rather
I don't
badly
know.
over it. Mr. Ratchet was in the same hotel. He just had a row with his secretary, so he offered me the job. He was collecting antiquities, but not knowing any languages, was having kind of a hard time of it. I was pretty down and out, so I jumped at it.
What can you tell me about Monsieur Ratchet?
The actual truth is, Miss Marceau, it is Miss, isn't it?
Oh,
wait,
come
wait,
on.
don't have to answer. None of
I'm
my
off
business.
it.
The truth is, I don't know anything about him. He never spoke of himself or his life in America.
May I have your passport, please?
Sure, here you go.
What is your full name, age, and address?
Hector Willard McQueen. I'm 28. You're about what, 24, 25?
Leave off
Your
it.
address, Monsieur McQueen?
That's right, Hector. Always saying the wrong thing. That's me. I live at 58 Warren Street, New York.
You must have formed some theory about him, Monsieur McQueen.
Well, yes, I did.
Seriously,
For one thing,
dude,
I don't believe
take a
Ratchet
hint.
was his real name.
Sit back
I think
down.
he left America in order to escape from someone or something. I think he was successful until a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, what happened then?
He began to get letters, threatening letters.
Did you see these threatening letters?
Yes, it was part of my
I was
job
gonna
to
say,
attend to his correspondence.
honey, you just
Do
picked
you
up
still
threatening
have
letters.
the letters?
Yes.
I've still got a couple in my files.
Not anymore he doesn't, because I took them.
How did Monsieur Ratchet act when he received the first letter?
It's difficult to say. He passed it off with a laugh in that quiet way of his. But somehow, I felt that there was a good deal
Yeah, I
going
can
on
understand
underneath
that.
quietness.
Did you know that Monsieur Ratchet had asked Monsieur Poirot to help him?
No, I had no idea.
You were right there.
Did you like your employer?
No, I did not.
Why not?
I can't exactly say. He was usually quite pleasant in his manner. I'll tell you the truth. Antoinette, sorry.
Watch
Miss
it.
Marceau, I disliked and distrusted him. He was, I'm sure, a cruel and dangerous man.
Well, funny you should say.
Were you on good terms with your employer?
This is where I'm supposed to go all goose-fleshy and shifty-eyed, right? Like some thriller? You got nothing on me. And so on. Yeah, sorry, but Ratchet and I were on
so tired
perfectly
of
good
him.
terms.
When did you last
I-
see Monsieur
yep.
Ratchet alive?
Last evening
I hope this
about 10 o'clock, I guess.
questioning ends soon.
Masterman fetched me. Mr. Ratchet wanted me to take down some memoranda for him.
On what subject?
Some pottery he'd bought, and a statue we were bringing back to Paris with us. It's in the baggage car.
Monsieur McQueen, you are correct. Ratchet was an alias.
I knew it! Who was he?
He was Cassetti, the man behind several notorious kidnapping cases, including the famous affair of Little Daisy Armstrong.
That damn skunk! If I'd known that, I'd have cut off my right hand before I'd write another letter for him. May he burn in hell.
I didn't mean to upset you.
I have reason to be upset. My father was the district attorney who handled the
My
case.
father's a lawyer.
I saw Mrs. Armstrong more than once. She was a lovely woman, so gentle and heartbroken. If ever a man deserved what he got, Cassetti's the guy. I'm rejoicing. A man like that wasn't fit to live.
You almost feel you could have murdered him yourself?
I do.
Mm.
Seems I'm kind of incriminating myself here.
Yeah, buddy.
Can you describe your movements last night?
Let's see. I fell into conversation with that Englishman, Colonel Arbuthnot. Then I went to take down some
Good job of making yourself a suspect, buddy. Good job.
When I came out, the colonel was
Your
down the hall
father is
waiting while the attendant made
a
up his bed.
prosecution lawyer.
He came along back to my room
Prosecutor,
here and we
not a
discussed
defense
world
lawyer.
politics, the government of India, the Wall Street crisis. I don't, as a rule, cotton much to Britishers. They're a stiff-necked lot. But Arbuthnot is all right.
Did you hear or see anyone in the corridor while you were talking?
Let's see. Yes. The attendant passed along once from the direction of the restaurant car. I caught a glimpse of his uniform. Then I do remember some woman in a silk, scarlet something or other. Again, just a glimpse. She was headed the other way, towards the restaurant car.
Did you see her return?
No, now that you mention it, I don't think I did. But I suppose she must have.
What time was it that the colonel left you?
Pretty late. Getting on for 2 o'clock, I'd say.
You were together when the train stopped.
Yeah, shook me up a bit. But the colonel was as cool as ice water. He's been in some tough scrapes, I'd guess. A near train wreck didn't even make him blink.
What happened after Colonel Arbuthnot said goodnight?
I called the attendant to make up my bed, and then hit the sack.
What sack did you hit, and why?
Oh, okay.
Went to bed. Slept till morning.
That was a little contrived.
Do you smoke a pipe, Monsieur McQueen?
Nope. Don't smoke at all, as a matter of fact. I know they say it's healthy, but I don't believe them.
Only good thing you said so far.
During the evening, did you leave the train at all?
Only when Arbuthnot and I got out at Belgrade to stretch our legs. When we saw you. But it was bitterly cold, so we
It
hopped
is
back on again.
painfully realistic,
Which
isn't it?
door did you use?
The one
Yeah.
closest to here.
Do you remember if the door you used was bolted?
Yes, I seem to remember it was. At least there was a kind of bar that fitted across the handle.
Did you replace the bar when you returned to the train?
You know, I don't think I did. I remember now. I left it unbolted for you. Say, listen, since we know that Ratchet was really that swine Cassetti, there's something you should know.
Yes.
One night, late, after he'd received those threatening letters, I heard him working at my typewriter. He never did that. He always dictated his letters to me. From then on, wherever we were, he insisted on access to the safe. Whatever that document was, it was important enough that he traveled with it wherever we went. If there wasn't a safe available, he had one installed. I know for a fact he had one installed in the security room in the baggage car. I saw it when we were loading his crate.
Do you have the combination?
If he didn't trust me to type it for him, you really think he'd give me the combination?
Au revoir, monsieur.
You put them in the dodo box, indeed. Oh, man. Alright, I'm going to go into this room here. Oh, I didn't look.
Nothing to... I see nothing...
So I think... Ouch.
I can't see...
Alright, we're going in here, but we're going to save the game. Well, let's... Wait. There we go. Can be done. Okay, cool. Whew. Well. It is now time to call it a night. I am very tired, and I unfortunately had quite a dusty task of cleaning out a vent today in order to make sure that we continue to breathe decent, healthy air. So I'm a little stuffed up and extra tired because of that. So I'm very much ready for bed. And not going to yawn on stream. Nope, there it is. Well, so much for that. not making a big deal out of this. I'm doing my best not to, but really I'm tired than I thought. So, as it is 12 o'clock anyway, we'll go ahead and stop there. Pick up interrogating all of our suspects, finding all of our fingerprints in the near future. So, until then, that'll probably be next Tuesday, most likely. Yeah, probably just next Tuesday, I think. So keep an eye out for the announcement for that. As usual, I will go ahead and start plugging all of my things. First off, there is a Discord that we all share. Feel free to join if you would like. We do a little bit of chatting here and there, a little bit of just general everything. It's not a structured Discord or anything, not a bunch of rooms yet. Just hasn't felt like it needed to have that much quite yet. Go in between chatting about streams and things like that, what games to do next. And we do talk about some of that, doing some polls over there as well. So feel free to join if you would like. Otherwise, if you do not already follow me, please go ahead and hit the follow button if you want to be notified about future streams and when those go live. And if you are so inclined as well, I would very much appreciate subscribes. So feel free to do that as well if you are so inclined, like I said. Otherwise, thank you all for coming. Thank you all for tuning in. It's marvelous having you guys here every week. So I'm very much looking forward to our next Tuesday stream where we can probably finish? Question mark? Orient Express? We'll see. And yeah, otherwise have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy. I will see you all next Tuesday. Have a great night, have a great weekend, and see you later. Bye-bye.